When I bought the empty field behind the gated Riverside Estates, I thought I'd finally escaped noise, rules, and HOA drama. It was 2 acres of wind-cooled grass and open sky, separated from the community by an old chain-link fence that sagged like it was tired of pretending to matter. I'd spent 10 years under fluorescent lights in a city office, dreaming of building a simple workshop and a small solar-powered cabin where I could work with my hands again. Out here, the air smelled like rain and cedar instead of coffee and copier ink. For the first time in years, I could actually hear myself think. The HOA houses sat higher up the hill, rows of perfect lawns, color-matched mailboxes, and cameras on every corner. Their world felt staged. Mine finally felt real. Most evenings, I'd watch the sunset paint the fence line gold, imagining where my tools and garden beds would go. Then the numbers on my first utility bill doubled for no reason. A small thing, maybe a glitch, but that night, a sleek white car glided to a stop near the fence. Its headlights flicked once, then vanished. I didn't know it yet, but that was the moment everything started. The next morning, I saw her. Perfect hair, designer blazer, the unmistakable HOA posture, clipboard in one hand, phone in the other like a weapon. She introduced herself with a bright, brittle smile. "I'm Karen Whitmore, president of Riverside Estates HOA. You must be the new resident." She said resident like it was a disease. I nodded politely. "Just moved in." "Well, technically building in." Her eyes flicked toward my tools and the half-finished shed. We've had some issues with people tapping into the community utilities before. I do hope you're keeping everything compliant." The word compliant came out sharp enough to draw blood. I told her my setup was fully permitted, off-grid solar, and legal mains connection. But her smile didn't change, just her tone. Of course. We just want to make sure our neighborhood stays beautiful." That afternoon, as I worked on wiring, I noticed fresh tire tracks in the dirt near the fence, wide, deep ones like a heavy car had idled there. My power monitor blinked red again. Usage spike. When I checked my cameras, I saw her Tesla's distinctive shape just outside my fence. Plugged into something. Extension cord running straight to my outlet. For a week, I tried to convince myself it was a misunderstanding. Maybe a worker, maybe a short circuit. But the pattern was too perfect. Same nights, same time, same car. I set up a smart meter and a hidden camera under the eave. The footage was crystal clear. 11:47 p.m. White Tesla easing up to the fence, cords slipping through the mesh. A woman in yoga gear glancing around, then plugging in. The camera caught her face on the second night, Karen. The same community protector who'd lecture me about compliance. I printed stills, labeled timestamps, and checked the Tesla app charging reports online. Everything matched. My usage spikes lined up with her car's overnight charging logs. She was literally juicing her luxury vehicle on my dime. Neighbors pretended not to see, but one older resident left me a voicemail whispering, "She's done it before. People just don't fight her." That was the moment I decided I would. I filed a quiet report with the utility company, then locked my exterior outlets. The next night, the cord was ripped clean off the wall. She forced it. I realized she wasn't just stealing power, she was testing my limits. 2 days later, a letter showed up taped to my gate. Notice of violation. Unauthorized electrical modifications endangering community grid. Signed, Karen Whitmore, HOA president. I laughed out loud. She was stealing power, and somehow I was the problem. Then came another envelope. This one threatening fines if I didn't restore safe access. It was obvious. She forged official-looking HOA stationery to scare me. I called the county inspector, who confirmed my setup was fully legal and outside HOA jurisdiction. When I showed Karen the email, she folded her arms. "You can either cooperate or deal with the board." "The board doesn't own this field," I said. "And neither do you." Her smile vanished. "We'll see about that." That night, my security light flicked on at 2 a.m. camera footage. The Tesla again, hood up, extension cord missing. She was back, but this time she brought someone, a man carrying a toolbox. They inspected my breaker box before driving off. It wasn't just theft anymore. It was invasion. I wasn't going to play vigilante. I was going to play smart. I called a licensed electrician friend and explained my idea, a legal surge monitor that trips power instantly when voltage draw exceeds the safe threshold. He helped me install a secondary line with a breaker, a data logger, and surge protector rated for industrial safety. No danger, no destruction, just a system that would record and shut down any illegal pull. Then I placed one visible outlet back where she could see it from the road. A little bait, bright and obvious. Finally, I armed 3 cameras, wide, thermal, and license plate capture. Everything fed to a cloud backup. If she tried again, I'd have proof. Not guesses. Proof. When I told the utility fraud department about my setup, they gave me a case number and told me to notify them the moment it triggered. All I had to do now was wait. It happened 3 nights later. A faint electric hum woke me at 11:52 p.m. The data logger flashed bright red. Unauthorized draw detected. Outside, through the curtain, the Tesla's silhouette gleamed under moonlight. Karen crouched by the outlet, her phone's flashlight slicing through the dark. The second she plugged in, the surge limiter tripped, cutting the circuit and triggering every camera at once. A soft pop echoed, followed by the high-pitched whine of her charging cable frying its fuse. She jumped back, startled, shouting, "What the?" I stepped outside calmly with my phone recording. "Everything okay, Karen?" Her face froze like she'd seen a ghost. "You sabotaged me. You mean my locked outlet on my private property?" Behind her, the Tesla's charger light blinked red, fault detected. She yanked the cable, muttering, "You'll regret this," and sped off, sparks flicking from the connector. 5 minutes later, the utility alert pinged on my phone, confirming unauthorized access recorded with timestamps, voltage logs, and license plate data. By morning, her battery system was toast, $13,000 in damage, according to a neighbor whispering gossip. She tried blaming me, but the police and utility already had everything. The footage didn't lie. The HOA emergency meeting was pure theater. Karen marched in demanding justice, waving fake papers. But the utility rep interrupted her halfway through. "Ms. Whitmore, our investigation confirmed unauthorized connection to private property. You violated state electrical code." Silence. The neighbors' faces shifted from sympathy to disbelief. One man muttered, "You mean she really was stealing power?" The evidence rolled on screen. Her car, my camera timestamps, the surge trip, each frame another nail in her coffin. Karen tried to spin it. "It was a misunderstanding," he offered. I spoke calmly from the back. "Check the gate locks and the timestamps." The HOA board suspended her that night. 2 weeks later, the county fined her for tampering and theft. She was forced to pay restitution for damage and public apology for false accusations. I didn't celebrate. I just sat on my porch that evening, watching the lights unsteady, my meters normal again. The best revenge wasn't the fine. It was silence, finally mine. Karen sold her Tesla within a month and quietly moved out. The new HOA board apologized and reimbursed my legal fees. I reinforced the outlet with a steel lockbox and motion sensor just for good measure. Sometimes I still think about the night she got caught, that flash of shock when her free power turned into proof of her own theft. Boundaries matter. Evidence matters. And sometimes the cleanest way to end a fight is to let the truth power itself. Because in the end, I didn't just stop her, I taught her where the line was drawn.